Hey everyone, and welcome to Starlyst Unplugged. Today I have with me the expressive, the ever-empowering Eshan, who has over 500,000 followers across all his social media platforms. Eshan, congratulations on your success, and so glad to have you on board.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting.
Of course, great to have you. So Eshan, tell us a little bit about how it got you into your influencing career, what got you started, what were some of your biggest inspirations?
This is what, I started it out of, I had this huge passion towards movies. I really loved movies. I just wanted to act, write scripts, direct, and stuff like that.
From a young age too?
I think from a very young age. I really loved watching movies.
Amazing.
I didn't know that I would be like an actor or a director. I didn't know anything about that, but I really wanted to be in movies, somehow to be with actors and just like to study them and all. So what happened was, after my advanced levels, I just we had to, our parents say that you have to be this, okay, a doctor, lawyer, or an engineer.
Yeah. Otherwise you're a failure.
Yeah, that's all. Okay, those are the only three options. So what I did was I did my degree and my diploma and stuff like that, and I was sort of fed up with my life, it has no meaning, and I was doing a lot of teaching. Okay, I did tuition and I even taught in prestigious Sri Lankan schools for brief moments, I have to say. And after that, what happened was I just thought that I was in a very bad place. What am I supposed to do? I was just lost. And it was then I discovered YouTube. And with that, I had already started doing a diploma in the National Film Corporation.
Amazing.
Yeah. I just wanted to just learn what I'm about to get into. Yeah. So, and I didn't complete the diploma, but somehow I just got this background. Okay, this is how it is. Just a taste of it.
Yeah.
And I'm okay, I have to do this. And of course, it went nowhere. Okay, no one would ever hire me to be an actor or a director or whatever it is. So it was very difficult. And it was then I started YouTubing. Okay, I can write my own scripts. I can do my own thing in YouTube.
You don't need a writer, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I am an all-rounder. So what I did was I did my first video, types of Sri Lankan teachers, and it went viral. My God, I just uploaded it. I uploaded it only on YouTube, but it went viral on Facebook and on all the other platforms. And then I thought, okay, people love it.
Was that something you were expecting? Obviously, you uploaded your first video with no expectations.
Yeah,
right?
No expectations at all. I just uploaded it. I knew nothing about it. I didn't even know what to expect.
Yeah.
I was not very active on social media. Then they had Facebook, of course, and even YouTube. YouTube was a bit blooming then. Already there were international YouTubers, they had made their names, and even in Sri Lanka.
It was the perfect opportunity to hop onto the platform.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, but still, I didn't know anything about it. Okay, I just was even now it sort of surprises me, and I'm amazed. My God, what got me into this? What was I thinking? My first video. Now watching it is cringe all over. But my God, that was awesome. So that's how I got. And then later on, for some reason, I kept on. I continued what I was doing. There were ups and downs, of course, but I kept on doing that. So that's how I got to where I am.
That's amazing. What were some of your thoughts actually when you uploaded that first video and you noticed, you had a couple of thousand, couple of hundreds of thousands of views? How did that make you feel initially the day after?
I think I felt very, I was teaching for a very long time, and everybody said that I was a good teacher. And then I said that I was quitting teaching. Okay, I just it's monotonous. Not that I don't like teaching, I love teaching. But it was very monotonous in the Sri Lankan educational context.
I can understand.
Yeah, so that's what it bored me, didn't challenge me. So after that, it was when I started this, they said that I was good. My God, you're acting, the way you express your wording, they were all awesome. And I was all right, okay. So I just got that validation. I just got this satisfaction out of it. So that's what kept on going, because I didn't expect anything, and because my expectations were none. When I got that, this positive feedback, I was oh,
it's empowering, right?
Yeah,
it must have made you feel really good. Yeah,
it is, and that
validated you.
Exactly, what I did. Okay, I'm good at it. Okay, so not that it was not this fantasy sort of thing, So I was right, okay, thank you.
That's amazing. And I understand it wasn't all good sailing too. At least initially with your first few videos, you're putting yourself out there as a prominent member of the LGBT community as well. Were there any challenges initially that came particularly from the comment section that might have, taken you aback or given you any bad vibes?
Okay, they are. I clearly remember this comment from, there were comments, like there were good comments.
Yeah.
The first video which went viral, it went viral on Facebook, and it was like, the comments were awesome. Even like back then I was teaching a few students, and they also commented saying that, my God, Eshan sir, you're a good actor and stuff like that. And there was a colleague of mine, school friend, alright, like we since grade 1 we were together, and there was a comment from him, I saw it. Okay, he has said that this person, even in school, this person was weird like this. Okay, he had this very weird vibe and stuff like that, and it hurt me. Okay,
it wasn't what you were expecting.
Yeah, that was, and I'm sugarcoating the word weird here. It was not weird, he said, and I was like, okay, so that hurt me. So since then there was a lot of negative comments like that, and sometimes when I was, like, for an example, there was a very famous red sari. Okay, when I wore that, it's the mom character. Okay, for every mom character, like as a trademark, I would wear the red sari, so my audience knew that it is this. And then after, sometime after going through those comments and all, when I see the red sari, I get all these comments, like it's like flashes before my eyes with those, those weird comments, the weird word, and then all those things. It sort of gave me like post-traumatic.
Yeah, I can imagine.
All right, and so, but I still, like, what I said was not that I didn't fall. I mentally, I break down and I fall, but I lift myself up. Okay, like if that comment wasn't there, it would be not easier for me. Like my time wasted on,
it would have been smooth sailing.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like smooth, but that's an unnecessary thing.
Absolutely, exactly.
Okay, like that energy you can use to comment on something, a fault in my video, like,
and not a fault against you personally. Absolutely,
exactly.
yes.
So that's something
completely
entirely personal.
Yeah.
When I upload a comedy video, okay, it's supposed to entertain you.
And that was what your intention was.
Exactly.
You were an entertainer. You wanted to make people smile, make people laugh, see the good side of things, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So if there's a fault in my script or the way I perform,
you would welcome the criticism.
Yeah, please do. I'm very open to it. I'm an open person. So I'm like, please do, because I want to know. And now, back in the day, there was the habit that everybody was sort of praising me. Like, I'm like, no, I just want to grow up. So I just want to grow in my career. Like, just tell me, like, what's wrong. Like, is the way I dress wrong? Like, the script, like, are there any changes, modifications which I have to do? Please let me know.
Yeah.
That. So there was that. So that's what, it was not easy. It was not easy, especially coming from the close people.
Yeah, I imagine some of the comments that you received wouldn't have all been positive, wouldn't have all been praise for you, and you would have received quite a bit of negative feedback. How did you rise above that? Because I personally think you handled it fantastic. How did you learn not to take it personally?
This is what there is. It was a process again. Okay, it was not this one night thing.
Yeah.
And the first thing is, I realized that most of the comments, you should read the comment. You have to read the comment. What I mean by reading is, most of the comments, the negative comments, they are not pointed towards you.
I agree.
It's the insecurities of that person who,
and they're projecting it on yourself, right?
Exactly. Okay. So I would understand if the comment was like, maybe the video wasn't funny, or maybe I was not dressed like the dress was, it didn't suit the character, or the script was awful, or something like that. I would accept. I was like, okay, it's a learning experience for me then. But when they take it personally, okay, that's none of your business.
Exactly. Yeah. Just enjoy the content.
Yeah, that's what. So that's the first thing. Okay, I always understand that now these comments are not, most of the negative comments are not pointed towards me. It's my own insecurity. So I sort of I pity them sometimes.
Yeah.
It's okay, all right.
Do you reply to some of these, or do you just ignore them?
I do sometimes. Not all the time. My fans are there for that. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Like my fans clap back for that. Oh, I'm fine with that.
But
So,
initially that wouldn't have been the case, though. You would have just been starting out. Yeah.
there were some point, like it was very hurtful. Okay, it was very hurtful sometimes. But now when I see a comment like, now my mom is used to social media now. Okay, now she's getting the hang of it, and she's like, she can read comments and she can comment and she could type and send stickers and
it's a whole new phase, right?
Yeah, now she's like totally excited. And what she does is, okay, she now gets to read the comments. Like she reads the comments and she has seen a comment about like all those weird comments, and she was so upset. She was like, see, why are they commenting like this? Why are these people very rude? Okay, I said like that's how it is.
Yeah.
And so even then it reminded myself that that was a point where I was like that. Okay, why are they commenting like this? What's wrong with them? And what I realize is it's all wrong with them.
Exactly.
Okay, it's not me. And the people who understand what I do, they understand. And the second thing is, like, everybody has haters.
There's going to be haters who are just going to hate for the sake of doing it, right? Exactly.
Everybody has that. Okay, you name these influential people or even Jesus Christ.
The most influential of all of us, right?
The most influential person, the most, the epitome of religion, and so even he had haters. So of course I would get haters. Look at me, just look at me, who am I? So therefore you have to accept that fact.
Yes.
Okay, somehow or other you have to accept that fact. Okay, you can't be having 5,000 friends on Facebook without making a few enemies.
And if you didn't, you would be doing something wrong. Right?
Exactly.
And not everyone can like you. Absolutely.
That is, you're not happy with yourself because you're pleasing people every time. So
and it's exhausting.
Yeah,
too, right?
that is.
Absolutely.
That is.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a time I tried to please, and I was like, it's very exhausting. Okay? Like sometimes, so for a very long time, I didn't wear makeup. Because I had to, like there was this audience, they were like, okay, he's just a dude wearing a sari. So wearing a sari is like, it's for jokes and it's fun. And I said, okay, I'll just go with it. And I just thought that if I'm doing, I consider a drag an art. Okay,
it's expression of self.
Right? An expression of self. So that's art for me. So I was like, I have to take this serious. Yeah. Okay, so makeup and the aesthetics which goes with it, the jewelry, the attire, and everything has to be taken serious.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and you develop that character more.
Exactly. So when I take it seriously, my audience will take it seriously. So that's what ran in my mind. So that's how I started it, and I took it seriously, and I just said, there's going to be haters. Of course, even now there are haters. So.
But to add to that, absolutely, when watching your videos, you own those roles. You're confident, you're having fun, you're enjoying yourself, and it definitely does come out to the audience too. At least that's what I got when I was watching those videos, how much you enjoyed yourself. And it's fantastic to watch, personally. And to that end, though, when you initially did get into this, it seems very obvious that your mom was very supportive of what you were doing, though. And was that there from the very beginning too, if you don't mind me asking?
This is what in the Sri Lankan context, okay, we are very traditional and
very conservative market too.
Conservative. Yeah. And even I lived in a very religious and a traditional place, Kalaniya. Okay, it's a place where the Kalani temple, very religious and a sacred place. So it's very religious. All right, and I mean for the sake, of course. And so my parents, even my mom, was brought up in that traditional and a conservative context.
Yeah.
So I can't expect my mom to like in the speed of like when I just in a flash to abandon all her values and all
the ideas her upbringing essentially, right? Yeah.
Okay, I can't expect it from her. But my mom had one thing. Okay, my mom was very compassionate. Okay, she tried to understand it from the point of that person. Okay, now I'm not talking about me, like even in real life situations. Okay, when a person comes asking for something, okay, like she thinks like, what if I was in that person's situation.
It's a rare gift.
Yeah. Okay, she had that gift. So in the same way, she, like, you can't fool her as well. Okay, you can't fool her as well. So that, I think she extended that quality towards me also, and she just wanted to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, she understood.
I think you're very fortunate for having such a support.
Yeah, I am.
Absolutely.
Okay, my mom was a very, like, I would say that my mom was a feminist even when feminism wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm really thankful and grateful towards her. So it was a process. I remember the first video. She was supportive. She was supportive in the sense she didn't understand what I was doing.
Yeah.
And it was not about this drag thing. It was about the social media thing. Okay, the only media she knows is the TV and the radio.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, and like what the social media, like there's this phone thing, and parents like hate the phone.
Absolutely.
Okay, especially with teenagers, like what is this? You're always like
gives them anxiety.
Yeah, so that's what. So me like saying that I want to pursue a career on this phone, and it would have been like very like.
Were they against you? Were they against you going into this at any point?
They were against at the beginning, but my mom has this very, what do you say, a very sly way. Okay, she is like, okay, you do it. Okay, that's all. You do it. So then I understand. So she never says that now. When my mom directly says, don't do this, okay, we just like rebel against
Absolutely, you want to do it more, right? Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
And then what? Okay, you do it. Okay, just you do it. Okay, the once you do, we understand my concept. Like this, like some food we want to taste, like, Mom, I want that.
It wasn't as good as I anticipated.
Yeah,
right?
And she was like, no, it's not good. So no, I want it. I have to try it. No, try it.
But encouraging you to pursue that by yourself, though, was very empowering for you. I imagine it gave you the support that you needed. I imagine.
And there is one thing. Like when I was doing a video, let's say, she didn't understand anything. What I was doing. Okay, I started with a webcam and all, like looking at the computer and like doing these weird faces and these weird dialogues, and she might have like dumbstruck, like what the hell is happening? Okay, something like that. But she supported. Like when I say that, Mom, can you just switch on this light so that the light would like fall on my face? She does that.
That's amazing.
Okay, she does that. She didn't understand me. She didn't understand what I was doing, but she was always there for the support. Like when I say that I wanted a sari, okay, she goes and she finds for a sari, and she herself says that this sari is
that's
like
amazing though, right?
Yeah. She did understand what I was doing, but still she supported. All right, so that's a very good quality. Of course,
absolutely.
Mom.
Absolutely.
Was
it similar for your siblings and your father, out of curiosity?
I think my sister was very supportive. My sister was very supportive because like she was exposed, like social media was then like getting this LGBT thing and this, this drag and everything.
Yeah.
It was like, there are news popping out, and it was not like, bad. It was not negative. It was this positive stuff. Like they are starting these TV shows and these channels. And so she was growing up in that generation. And with that, she, even she had this way of exposing those towards my mom.
Yeah.
All right, like certain TV shows or maybe a meme or two.
Yeah.
And she shares it with her. Okay, and then my mom was like, my God, there is a world beyond this. Like, there are couples, like they are raising happy families and they are having like everything was, wow, okay, so this must be it. So she then realized, because she was not exposed to it.
But it also gave her an edge of understanding too, right? As opposed to, oh, this is wrong or anything like that too.
So that's the only thing. Okay, a man in it is wrong. A man loving another man, wrong. That's all. No, there were no gray areas. It was just black, pitch black. No, wrong.
So I'm really glad that she actually came into her own with your position and what you were doing for your career. There must have been other challenges too that you faced. What were some of your bigger ones, and how did you overcome them out of curiosity?
The biggest challenge was when I was trying to monetize or convert my social media career to money. Okay, of course, there has to be a monetary benefit. Okay, and that was very difficult for me.
And you weren't teaching at this time. So
no,
you jumped in 2 feet first. Okay.
Yeah, that's what, because this is what, not that I wasn't teaching, but that wasn't enough. because I couldn't focus on teaching, because at the end of the day they are children. Okay,
Absolutely,
I have to be entirely focused on them.
Yeah.
So what I did was I did private tutoring, saying that I'm not this full-time tutor.
Yeah.
I'm a part-time tutor. That means like if there is a lesson or two which you find difficult, your child finds difficult, you can be there to help. But I'm not taking the full responsibility. I was just very verbal about it. I just told.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after that, I was like, there were times I had to lend money from my sister.
Yeah.
Okay, just imagine. All right, I had to lend money from my sister because I have the views, I have everything. Okay, but most of the brands didn't want to associate with me.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, because I have like been to thousands and thousands of auditions, I have to say. Okay, the first audition, okay, I knew that role was mine. All right, and then I was waiting for the call, and I didn't get the call. Can you get the call? So I was
That must have been disheartening too.
That was very disheartening in the sense I was so sad. So I was questioning my entire career.
Yeah.
And then, so I just forgot about it, and I just moved on. And after 2 or 3 years, my sister is also an influencer.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah, and when she was doing this advertisement, a shoot for that original cast, the casting director was there, and she has said, so they were chatting, and she had said that he was a perfect match, but there was this, he looked feminine.
They said that?
Yeah, and he was like gay, and his smile was feminine or something.
So what's wrong with
that? Whoa.
So what? Yeah.
You like how do
he's smiling because he's happy. How do you genderize a smile? Absolutely.
Smile.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Is there like is a
Clearly
female
that's a prejudice
genitalia attached to my teeth to say that this is male or female?
Exactly.
Okay, like why?
The hypocrisy and injustice of that too, right? Yeah.
And then there was a director, okay, in a very famous Sri Lankan soap opera, and I got this opportunity for a audition, and I went there, and they were shooting like it was like 1.5 hour drive. All right, so I went there, and so he asked for an audition. He just looked at me. For some reason, he has seen some photos of mine, but not my videos. Okay, so when I went there, he was like, he just looked up and down and just give me a second. He was in the middle of the shoot. Okay, so he was shooting, and we took 45 minutes, then an hour, then 1.5 hours, and it was a waste of time because I'm tired also after this 1.5 hour drive. And I was like, just please, are we doing the audition? And he was like, this is very sorry, Eshan. Very sorry. He didn't even bother to tell my name. Very sorry. We don't have characters like you.
What a terrible backhanded comment. Yeah.
Exactly. Like after waiting for like 1 hour, I was saying that there aren't characters like me. Like, what do you mean by characters me?
Inhuman, absolutely.
Okay, what is that characters like me? What does that mean?
What are you trying to say? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What does that mean? Just clarify. So that was so disheartening. I am a person who can I'm like a sponge. I can absorb all the negativity.
But there's a cost to that personal too. Right? There's only so much you can take.
So once it's all
bottled up.
Yeah, the once it's like like it has to like a volcano. It has
to erupt.
It has
sometimes.
to erupt.
Absolutely.
So I think that was a breaking point. I remember. So I couldn't even cry publicly because people recognized me. Okay, that was like maybe 1.5 years back, but still there were people who recognized me.
1.5 years ago is not too long ago.
Yeah, it's not that long, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? And I just got into my car, and it was a very sort of an isolated area. It's meant for shooting and all.
Yeah.
So there was this housing scheme place, and they were, and it was like abundant. Okay, I just drove like a few feet towards that, and I cried like, oh, of course I can't. I even don't have the liberty to cry in public.
That's sad.
Yeah. So I just I bawled. I cried for like 45 minutes because all the disappointment. It reminded me one by one.
It takes a toll, absolutely.
Like, why is it happening to me? Am I not good enough? Am I? And it was all because of this gender sexuality thing. It's like unnecessary at times.
Absolutely, and uncalled for. It's not even relevant to the topic most often.
Of course, it's just a character. You just play it and that's it.
And you're just trying to make people smile at the end of the day, right?
Exactly. Now let's say like if it was a character of a thief. Okay, so is the actor really a thief? No,
exactly. He's portraying a thief. Exactly.
Yeah. It's acting. So give me any character I can act.
And I feel you've challenged most of those stereotypes too in your entire career as well. And if you were to restart your career, adding on to that, would you choose Sri Lanka as a base to do that, considering some of the conservative attitude, some of the pushback that you've got, and some of just the injustice that you've faced? Obviously, you've still risen above that, but would you do it again in Sri
Lanka? This is what I, for some reason, some weird reason, when I started this, I had no idea. I was not sort of aware of the situation of people being conservative tradition and this gender, sexuality. Even I was not. I was in a learning. It was a learning process, so I was not that aware. So, but now thinking of it, I sometimes, because there are many friends who has invited me and they say that, so why don't you start your career in a in a European country or even in a Western country, because you can have a lot of opportunities and they are very open to it. And I'm always like, no, I want to do it here. I don't know why. It's not, I don't know why. I know why. Because if everybody leaves, okay, there will be no one.
Absolutely. And nobody to change that or challenge the stereotype,
exactly. Right? Because I know, like after me wearing a sari, so there are people who are open about it. Okay, and they openly wear saris and do videos. And so that... I wouldn't say that it was entirely because of me, but
you definitely inspired them.
Yeah, sure, so that means a lot. So if I wasn't there,
that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that wouldn't have happened. So doesn't matter. I took all the blame at the beginning. Okay, and I myself had this thing. But at the end of the day, the only thing I wanted to do a career where I can be myself. That's the only thing I wanted.
And I think you've achieved that. Absolutely. Yeah. It's been a rocky road, but you've definitely achieved that.
That's all.
What would your advice be to other budding influencers within the LGBT community who might be, apprehensive of coming out? They might be afraid to tell their parents. They might be afraid to tell their friends. But they might have this blossoming character, much like yourself, that's just waiting to come out. What advice would you give them?
Yes, I would say it's not going to be easy. Okay, that's
it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
I can't sugarcoat it because it's not going to be easy. So please. But still, that doesn't mean you have to not be yourself. Take one step at a time. Okay, take one step at a time. I think that's what I also did in my career. Okay, now, of course, you're talking about the personal life, but still, in my career, I think the reason people accepted me, the acceptance was like not immediate. It was gradual, because I gradually came to where I am.
So was that because you too were also apprehensive of doing everything at once, or was it also a journey of self-discovery for you?
It was a journey of self-discovery, exactly. I told you, because I also was learning about everything. All right, then it was the blooming age for internet and cell phones and social media, so I was benefited from that. So I think it was that which helped me. So in the same way, take one step at a time. And number two, if it's, of course, the first validation you need is from your father and mother, from your parents. All right, from your parents. So that's what, no matter how hard we say no, like don't listen to those, all those lectures we could give, but at the end of the day, we are humans.
Absolutely.
Okay, we are emotional creatures. We always cling to our parents. Seeking
validation too at the end of the day, right?
So that's what. So we need the validation from your parents. But there's one thing, that it's a process. It's a process. First, I think that you yourself have to educate them, and because it's not easy. It's not easy being in our community. Being a queer member is not at all easy. So that's what it makes us, proud. That's why we say pride. All right, because it was never easy for us, and it will be easy, but at the moment,
it's a gradual process.
It's a gradual process. So what I say is, be very patient with your parents. The first step is going to be parents, and if you think that they are very conservative, I don't I don't mind being closeted even. Okay, I don't mind you being closeted, because I can't be like very jolly and saying that this world is going to be like, oh, it's going to be it's going to be hard. So first and foremost, you have to find the purpose in your life. Okay, you are not just because you are gay, that doesn't mean that you are gay. All right, there are other purposes in your life. So focus on
define
that.
You, right? Exactly.
Yeah, just being gay it shouldn't define you. As I told you, sometimes like being gay is important, but there are certain aspects in life that's like nothing. All right,
you just part of who you are. It is what it is. Exactly.
Yeah, so just like accept that and be financially independent. First and foremost, be financially independent. If you are doing your education, please do education. Okay, please study and find something you're passionate about and do it. And then if you find that there's a risk, okay, if you find that there's a risk from your parents, like they would not accept you then and there, then you should be able to find us. Okay, because contact us. You yourself has to be aware that there is a community. Okay, there is a community, so we are ever ready to help you,
and I'm sure you'll be more than happy to help them.
Of course. Okay, because we have walked this, like we have been in your shoes, so we really know what you are going through. So there's always support from us. So
and
please,
that's very important. Absolutely, yeah.
So that's what I say. Like I might miss a message or two on social media of other related stuff, but as long as it is queer related, LGBTIQ, I just like jump and open the DMs.
Fantastic that you're making yourself available.
Yeah, I just try my best for that. But you have to come in your original profile, not these fake ones. Okay, I don't know who's behind fake ones. Like there are flowers and these wrestlers. Like, no,
not authentic.
Yeah, I'm a chatting with John Cena. So no, or with the sunflower. No, you just get back, like reach me out on your original account, and I'm ever ready to help.
I think that's fantastic advice, and making yourself available, just empower them, make them feel more comfortable in their situation, because some people suffer in silence too. And I think that's one of my biggest fears for that community is just getting into a place where they feel they're entrapped, and they have no one to reach out to, and they feel alone, and that's quite isolating and alienating.
And I have to add this, it's all now, there is a stigma towards people being closeted. I'm like, you have no right to tell a person to come out of the closet or not. It has to be his or her or their own choice. It's your choice. So no other person has a right to do that. And again, if you are closeted, like you can't keep everything towards yourself.
It's impossible, right?
It's impossible. Now, if you are sexually attracted to men, and if you are a guy, that's not going to change. That's not a phase. You have to accept it. So first accept yourself, and then if you're not in a position to come out, there are people, okay, they are community members who are very open and very helpful, very supportive of your decision. And even like it shouldn't always be LGBTIQ groups. So there are other people who are very open-minded. So please reach them out, because you need a very good network of friends. Okay, you need friends. Okay, you can't stay this macho man and be homosexual at the same time saying that no, I'm not going to. I am like very good at
it's an internal contradiction too, right? Exactly.
And it's it's gonna come. It's gonna lead you into very disastrous paths. Okay, you're going to be very aggressive. You're going to be very, there has been such situations, and most of the comments I get, I have realized that some very derogatory terms which I get on my comment section is from closeted gay men.
Really?
All right. Yeah. So I get to know it later. But immediately I'm just like appalled by that. My God, what is this?
And the hypocrisy of it too, right?
So that's what. So, but don't be that. Don't be that, because I understand, because they just try to portray this image of a very macho man. I'm just like this masculine man.
It's because they feel that's what society expects them to be.
Exactly.
I imagine, right?
So that's what. So so that would be my advice.
That's excellent advice. Thank you. And just an unrelated question too, maybe pivoting to the fact that you encapsulate so many different roles in your skits too. Sometimes you play the mom, sometimes you play the son, all in the same skit. How do you manage portraying those different personalities in one shot?
I think I seriously don't know how to answer the question. That question
comes naturally to you.
Right? It comes naturally to me. I think that it, of course, again, it's a process. Okay, I use the word process a lot because it is. All right, because we are not, we have to everything, like it says that the slow you go, okay, you can reach a certain form of perfection. That's what I say. I'm not getting back to the question, it's that just as I started my YouTube career and my influencing career, I wanted to act, as I told you. I really wanted to act. That's all. So I wrote my scripts and I learned from my mistakes. All right. So first I did one character, and there was a time where I did the mom character first. Yeah. Okay, and then after that, when I do the son character, I have to take off all my makeup. Okay, and still there are stains of the makeup, and I look like this ghost. All right, so learning process. Yeah. Okay, so usually when there are 5 or 6 characters, what I do is I just plan the shots, and first I do one character entirely, and the second character and the third character. Of course, yeah. Even if there are 6, 7, like even 10 or 1,000 characters, that's the process. Okay, now I'm used to it, and because I write the scripts, I think I have the scripts memorized, sort of. Okay, it's in my blood when I'm doing it. And I'm very focused. Okay, when I'm working, I am really focused until the perfect shot. Absolutely. I get the perfect shot, or until the entire shoot is over. I'll be working. I'm in this work mode. I'm in this zone. All right. The only thing I see is I don't get hungry. I don't.
Absolutely determined focus, right?
Yeah. Because I just want the work done. Because I always think to myself that this is a character. Okay, so you have to be in that state of mind. So when I'm in the state of mind, I can't be I can't afford to lose concentrate. Lose concentration, because if not, I would you can't be happy and eating in the next scene and then happy again and
you
then
have to be consistent, right?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Exactly.
So, and it's about mood,
Exactly.
So I often say that. Of course, my mom says, what to do? There are noises that the dogs are gonna bark, the cats are gonna mew.
Just tune them out, right?
Yeah. So I just say that, okay, all right, but I need focus. I really need focus.
Absolutely.
So because of that, I think sometimes most of the videos I shoot it all by myself.
That's amazing. Completely.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
All by myself. That are not a single helping hand. Okay, but I have to say my mom helps a lot. Okay, there are videos where I do all alone, but still in most of the videos, like mom really helps.
Yeah, and that sounds fantastic that you have that support.
So I think that I don't need a crew or a team sometimes to do a video.
Yeah.
Okay, I just do it on my own. Like even YouTube videos is 10-12 minute videos.
That's amazing. It's a lot of hard work too. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is. So I think when I get to that zone, I just want to do it soon. Just finish it off.
Amazing.
And then after a video is uploaded, I take time to relax as well.
Eshan, you've captured multiple looks. Is there anyone in particular that you prefer that you would call your signature look?
I think there is. Okay, what comes to my mind is the Lata character with this red frock. Okay, that's the signature look for me now. But back in the day, there was this red sari, the mom character.
The iconic sari.
Yeah, right? The iconic red sari. I still have it. But sometimes I don't feel like wearing it because it's like I am supposed to archive it in this sort of this room under pristine conditions. I sometimes feel that.
Keep it there framed, right?
Yeah. And I think now it's the Lata character, and back in the day it was the mom character. It's a red sari. I think the main reason for the Lata character being so famous is because she is this everyday woman, a typical Sri Lankan housewife, I would say.
Very relatable character too.
Yeah. Okay, a very relatable character. Everybody has come through that character in their life. All right. And some hate the character, some love it, but at the end of the day, they love the character, but some hate what she does. And sometimes, that's a typical Sri Lankan woman. Household.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, a housewife who has nothing to do after. So
there's always fun social interaction.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Eshan, lastly, if there was any advice that you would give for a budding individual, what's the one mantra that you would give them?
Just be yourself. Be yourself. That's all I say. I don't see originality is very important.
Yeah.
You get originality when you be yourself. All right, it is true that you have to hop on trends. Now, for an example, if there's a trend of a TikTok, okay, you hop onto it, of course. But I would hop onto that trend as Lata.
Yeah.
Because that's me. All right, that's what my original or whatever. So that's what I mean by originality. It doesn't mean that you
being
have to
true
do
to
your own
yourself,
thing.
right? Yeah.
Be true to yourself in whatever the thing you do. Even on a trend, so there are different trends you come across. Like every day. Sometimes today something is famous, and the next day some other trend. And now on TikTok, this tube girl thing.
You don't need to jump on all of them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that
Exactly.
is that as well. Okay, you have a choice.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you can't be trendy. You can be trendy and be yourself at the same time. So the first thing is be yourself. They would always say be yourself. It is then only we get this original content. If not, everything is going to be like a duplicate of someone else. And you're going to be forgettable. All right. And the second thing is there's always going to be haters. All right. So you have to do your thing. All right. Irrespective of that, you just keep on doing your thing. And number 3, I think for me it helped a lot. Just take it slow.
Yeah.
Take it slow.
You don't need to achieve everything overnight, right?
Exactly. Okay. Like taking it slow is going to have this huge difference. Now, there is this very, I wouldn't call it toxic, but people have misinterpreted it. Like working hard, that means do you wake up 6 in the morning and you hustle until 12 midnight.
And you collapse, yeah.
You collapse. Okay, because I have tried doing that.
It's not sustainable in the long run.
It's not.
Absolutely.
Okay, now it's not work hard. It's like take your time and do your thing.
Work smart, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's my mantra. Like take your time and do your thing, because as long as you're not hurting anyone, you are going to succeed.
Eshan, thank you so much for the wonderful words. It's been fantastic and a privilege having you on board. That's all the time we have today. Thank you, Eshan. It was fantastic meeting you.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting.
Of course, pleasure to have you.